like the great outdoors, whether it's the pounding surf on an ocean beach, the tranquility of a wilderness trail, or the majesty of a snow-capped mountain, you're coming to the right place.
And if you enjoy the fast pace of a big city or the slower lifestyle of a small community, you're still coming to the right place. You can have all of these and much more right here. Welcome to Whidbey Island, Naval Air Station. Hi, I'm Petty Officer Carrie Matson, and I'm here to tell you some things you need to know and some things you need to do before you leave your current duty station. You have orders to come to Naval Air Station, Whidbey Island, located in the beautiful Pacific Northwest.
Whidbey Island, the longest island in the continental United States, is about 90 miles by car north of Seattle, Washington's largest city. The Naval Air Station is divided into two bases. This is the operational part of the base, known as Alt Field. 5 miles away is the area known as the Seaplane Base, reflecting its original purpose during World War II. For those of you already familiar with the Pacific Northwest, you know what a spectacular part of the country this is. For those of you coming here for the first time, you can look forward to an exciting tour of duty.
Oh, when I first got to Whidbey Island, I was just impressed with the area. Especially the pine trees all over the place, and I pretty much like nature. So my wife was also interested in the area when she first saw it, and we just love it.
But when Petty Officer Watson received orders to come to Whidbey Island, he and his family didn't know what to expect. That may be the situation you're in right now. One of the first things families learn here is that the Puget Sound area, or the greater Seattle area, is not as small as most believe. For example, in addition to Whidbey Island Naval Air Station, the Navy has a submarine base at Bangor, Washington, the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard at Bremerton, and a naval station at Everett, Washington. Now, if you look at a map, all 4 locations appear to be fairly close together.
But getting from one base to another isn't as easy as it looks. Sailors with a spouse who's also in the Navy have been led to believe that with one stationed at Bremerton, for example, and the other here at Whidbey Island, that the bases are close enough so that one could commute to work each day.
Ferry boats offer motorist connections between a number of locations, including Bremerton and Whidbey Island. However, weather and other natural factors sometimes play a role.
We're taking the ferry. There are a lot of things you have to be prepared for, like, for instance, low tides. If that should happen, then the ferry won't go. You might be late for work, or you might have to find an alternative route.
To avoid surprises like this, our advice is to go to the Family Service Center at the command you're leaving. This is where you can tap into a worldwide database containing essential information about Whidbey Island Naval Air Station. It's here at the Family Service Center where you'll learn vital information about housing, where your children will go to school, the cost of living, what services are available to you, and what to do before leaving your old duty station. And before leaving your old duty station, make sure you've heard from your sponsor at Whidbey Island.
Because I know from state to state and from duty station to duty station, things are different, the prices are different, the procedures are different. So by having a sponsor, it allows that person to have an understanding or kind of a general view on how to get everything started.
The landscape in Washington State is greener than most states. There's a reason for that.
It rains a lot here, so don't pack your rain gear in the household goods shipment. Bring it with you.
In the winter, we get maybe 8 to 9 inches of snow, but then there's some winters when we don't have any snow at all. It does rain, but certainly not as much as it does in Seattle and some other areas. We're in a rain shadow. We'll get lots of cool, misty days, but not a lot of heavy rain.
Another thing to consider in your move is whether to bring any pets with you.
When arriving with pets, it can be sometimes difficult here at Whidbey. There are very few rentals that allow pets. If you do bring your pets, you need to be prepared to pay a substantial deposit, sometimes refundable, sometimes not.
If you drive from your old duty station to Whidbey Island, you should get directions from your sponsor. There's more than one way to get here. We seldom expect problems on the road when we move, but they do occur. Although sailors on the move should try to budget a little extra money for emergencies, that's not always possible. If you are stranded and out of money, you're only a phone call away from help. You may call the American Red Cross, which will be your contact with the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. Or you can call any U.S. military base and they can contact the Navy Marine Corps Relief. The Society has funds to help.
So it's there for an emergency, depending upon the financial need. Sometimes the need is such that the money will be a grant and we do not ask for repayment. At other times, it's the nature of a loan in which we suggest it's appropriate for them to repay.
If you arrive by air, chances are you will land at SeaTac or Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Before you left your old duty station, your sponsor should have told you of your options to get from Seattle to Whidbey Island. If you have questions, there is a USO lounge on the second floor of the main airport terminal. It's open 24 hours a day. Since you're still a good 2-hour drive from Whidbey Island, a taxi may not be a wise choice. However, there are shuttle services that are reasonably priced. There is also a small local airline that can fly you to Oak Harbor, the city on Whidbey Island where the Naval Air Station is located. No matter what plans you made to get to your new duty station, your sponsor should be aware of them. If your sponsor meets you upon arrival, your life will be a lot easier. For example, if you're accompanied by your family, your sponsor could have made reservations for you at the Navy Lodge. Located at the seaplane base, these units offer the convenience of home while you're awaiting more permanent housing. It should be pointed out that the Navy Lodge does not allow pets.
If you weren't able to get a reservation ahead of time and the Navy Lodge is full, you and your family can stay in a motel in town. The Navy will help defray the cost of commercial lodging with TLE, or temporary lodging expenses.
Temporary lodging expense is designed to help partially offset the cost of temporary lodgings occupied in the vicinity of your new permanent duty station. Persons that qualify for it are mainly those members with dependents.
DLA is dislocation allowance. It's an entitlement intended to partially reimburse a member on a PCS move who's relocating their dependents and their household goods. It can also be an entitlement from those members without dependents.
Of course, unaccompanied personnel have access to bachelor enlisted quarters or bachelor officer quarters. Both are located at Alt Field. For those accompanied sailors, one of the first concerns is finding a more permanent residence. The housing office is located just up the hill from the Navy Lodge.
Whidbey is designated as a critical housing area due to the shortage of housing and also due to the high cost of housing. In most cases, the junior enlisted individuals cannot afford to pay the rents out in town. Their BAQ and VHA is not enough to cover the rents that are required.
Since military housing is limited, you will move your family into a house or apartment on the economy. If you haven't received your household goods by the time you move in, Family Service Center can help you with a hospitality kit. This includes pots, pans, and other kitchen items.
Now that you've got a place to live, you'll begin to settle into a daily routine. As you can see, most people drive their car to work. You should know that Washington State may require you to take a written test and possibly a driving test to get your driver's license.
More than half of the children on Whidbey Island are members of military families, and they attend civilian schools. As in any school system, the more parents are involved with their youngsters' teachers and schools, the more beneficial it will be to the children. Parents and children alike will be glad to know there are activities for the youngsters outside the classroom. MWR manages an after-school program.
We want to teach them how to recreate and how to play the games properly. We want to teach them how to do arts and crafts. We help them with their homework.
Oak Harbor is like any other town in the United States in that many of the same chain stores can be found here as at your old duty station. But you will also find some merchants who can be found nowhere else.
And Whidbey Island is like any other base in the country. You can realize a savings on your grocery bill by shopping at the commissary. Name brand items are found here, as well as some specialty items. You'll find the commissary to be clean, well lit, and well stocked.
Right across the parking lot from the commissary is the Navy Exchange. Estimates place the savings here at 20% over commercial shopping. As for medical care, the Oak Harbor Naval Hospital, a 25-bed facility, is available. Not only active duty personnel, but family members can expect care here. And same-day appointments are not out of the ordinary. At the same time, family members should consider TRICARE.
Okay, there's TRICARE Standard, which is the equivalent of the old Champus program. There's TRICARE Extra, which is a little lower cost share, being 15% rather than 20%, as long as you use TRICARE providers. And then there's TRICARE Prime, less out-of-pocket expenses, predictable co-payments, no paperwork, and everything is managed at that one place.
In addition to the Whidbey Island Hospital, larger facilities are available at the Bremerton Naval Hospital or Madigan Army Medical Center at Fort Lewis, Washington, near Tacoma. A dental clinic located in the hospital offers a full range of dental services for active duty personnel. Dental service for family members should be handled by TRICARE, which is replacing the Delta Dental Plan. Spiritual needs are not neglected at Whidbey Island. The chapel located at Alt Field offers a full range of worship services and church educational programs. In addition, services are conducted in churches in nearby communities. Chaplains also offer marriage counseling as well as other types of counseling sessions. And the needs of the youngest family members are given special attention. Professional adult supervision is available for youngsters 3 months of age through kindergarten. Service is available on an hourly or weekly basis at the Child Development Center.
We take care of the kids, but we also help them develop and grow through their skills. Starting out from 6 weeks old, we interact with them, encourage muscle development, motor skills, talking, babble back to the children, and they talk back to us.
In addition, some Navy spouses provide this kind of care in their home. They must meet the same standards as those providers in the Child Development Center. This is one avenue for a Navy spouse to explore when seeking employment. For those whose interests and expertise lie elsewhere, Family Service Center has a spouse employment assistance program.
We're a small rural community, and most of the jobs that are available are in the services industries: clerks, cashiers, food service in restaurants, or fast food.
For those who may not be seeking employment but want to stay active, consider volunteer work. Family Service Center can offer a number of suggestions.
Hello.
Volunteers can frequently learn new skills while volunteering. This could lead to future employment.
We work closely with the American Red Cross. If anyone is interested in learning new skills in the medical or the dental field, they can go through the American Red Cross and work down at Naval Hospital to do that.
So far, we've been telling you about checking in, work, and some of the things available on base. What we haven't told you about are some of the ways you can spend your leisure time. You'll find the traditional golf course, movie theater, and bowling alley on base, but there's much more. A popular spot during lunchtime and after hours is the fitness center. Not only can you work out on modern equipment, you might get involved in a basketball game or have a workout of a different kind. But not everyone wants to spend their leisure time on base. MWR can help you enjoy some of the best outdoor recreation in the world. Whether you're a single sailor or a family, there's something for you to do.
You got the beaches, you got the mountains, you got lakes, you've got rivers, all within, a driving distance.
If roughing it isn't your thing, but you like the outdoors, consider Pacific Beach. Although managed by MWR at Naval Station Everett, Pacific Beach is available to sailors at Whidbey Island. It offers 3- and 4-bedroom ocean view homes right on the Pacific Ocean. Here you have the best of both worlds. You have all the comforts of home, yet you can walk out your door and onto the beach. Military members and DoD civilians are eligible to rent these units, and there are also RV spaces nearby. Pacific Beach is located about 150 miles southwest of Seattle, so you're probably talking about a whole weekend or longer to take advantage of this oceanfront property. We've talked a lot about accompanied sailors and services for families. All of those services are available to single and unaccompanied sailors as well. You don't have to have a family to take advantage of the Family Service Center or MWR programs. Aside from the recreation facilities on base, there are a number of events designed for the single sailor.
We do fishing trips, we do canoeing, sailing, skiing, a lot of hiking, mountain climbing, rappelling. The Outdoor Recreation Center is always busy.
The Puget Sound area is served by numerous ferry boats.
Some use the ferries daily to commute, although, as mentioned earlier, this is not without the occasional delay due to weather and tides.
But some make a day of it and take the ferry to nearby Canada or just drive around the Puget Sound area to ride a ferry boat. There aren't many places where you can do this.
Even though there's plenty to do here in the Seattle area, we realize it isn't easy to leave your last duty station and the friends you made there. But if you come here with the attitude that you'll have a great time, then you probably will. The good news is it's easy to make new friends here and get involved in activities both new and familiar. And there's a formula to ensure success. Go to the Family Service Center, find out what's available, then enjoy. Good things await you here.